brought their warm coats. 7 o'clock is the start tonight tip-off around the corner. 6:30 is the pregame. That coverage begins here then on MMS. You can also listen on the iHeartRadio app. And then Wednesday night, the Cavs will host the Pistons before they head off for a couple of games. And they're really kind of back and forth. Remember, there are only about 10 more weeks of regular season basketball to be played. So, make sure you get yourself to a Cavaliers game if you have not yet been. So, Cavs Clippers tonight here on MMS. You can always leave us voicemails, by the way. Brian checking in on the after hours line.
Checking the sound difference. Are not going to pay
I ran to the supermarket late last weekend. I wrote dinner.
Nice. You think he's getting some practice in? I mean,
I
don't know what he's doing.
He's always practicing.
I guess he is.
Did you see they officially added the third mic for the Breakfast Club? So Poundcake,
I saw.
you missed your shot.
Yeah,
I saw. I knew they were going to hire a girl, and Jess Hilarious is awesome. I love her.
No clue who that is.
I know she's.
Was she already in house there?
No.
Where
I've
did
seen
she come
some of
from?
her stuff on social media, but I don't really know.
Oh, they got a
much about her.
TikToker in the mix.
Yeah,
She's not a TikToker.
she does.
I mean, she's a comedian just like you and Mary. I mean, she does social media just like you and Mary do to promote your stuff, but she's not a TikToker per se.
But that doesn't hurt.
No.
Now, and they have to consider this too. When there's an opening like that, they go, well, what's your follower list look like?
Yeah,
How many followers do you have? 5.5 million Instagram followers.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, that's going to get you a gig. Well, listen, we wanted Poundcake to send his demo. He doesn't have 5.5 million Instagram followers, but, what are you going to do? They were obviously looking for a female on that show, Breakfast Club, which is the urban morning show that this company syndicates out of New York.
Damn it. And Mary's not even here to, walk down there and just, bang on the window and congratulate. Hey, congratulations on the third co-host.
Is she in-house? Does she start? They announced it, but...
She starts February 5th, I think.
All right, sir.
But still, you can bang on the window. Hi, I'm Mary from down the hall.
I'm Mary from down the hall.
I broadcast to Cleveland from New York.
Jess Hilarious. I'm Mayor Hilarious.
Yeah, no, who knows? They might do same gigs.
All right, well, there you go.
Mary might open up for her. Hi, I'm Mary Santora. This is a very urban crowd. Hi, everyone.
Says this girl was on Wild and Out. Is that still a show? Is that still on?
I think so.
Wild and Out.
No one watches MTV, so who knows? It's on MTV or MTV2. Maybe even VH1. It's all the same company now.
All right. I mean, I still have MTV on. Got to get my fill of Catfish and Lindsay Lohan's Beach Club and all of it.
That's not even on anymore.
Yeah, don't tell that to MTV. They're still running reruns at 2 in the morning.
I remember TMZ did an expose on that show because they were there was somebody that drove past the Mykonos location and they were like, bitch, where is the club? The club's not even here anymore. It was just a bunch of pieces of wood laying by each other. It was a bunch of drywall.
Pieces of wood laying by each other?
Yeah, it was just where the plot where the club was supposed to be. It looked like they took the walls, the interior and everything and left.
All right. Well, listen, they own, Viacom owns that whole library. They should bring back all those old shows. Bring back Silent Library and bring back Daria. I think they tried to reboot
They
Daria.
tried to do that, and I don't think it...
No, that was such a Gen X vibe that I don't know what they were looking to do, but bring back Aeon Flux. Then Laguna Beach. No, it's mostly ridiculousness and catfish now over there at
my
MTV.
God, that's all it is. And my mom watches ridiculousness too. She loves
Your
Rob.
mom does?
Yes.
Big Rob, isn't he from Dayton or something?
Yep.
But I don't even think she cares about that. She just loves Rob Dyrdek for whatever reason. My mom and these white boys. I don't.
You and your mom have the same taste.
You guys both like skeleton-faced white boys. This is genetic. This is a congenital
disease. Yes,
not a
absolutely.
disease.
It's a
No,
disease.
I mean no. It's just it's learned behavior. It's nurture over nature. In your case, maybe you and your mom should start double dating.
No.
Double teaming.
That's even worse than the field trip bologna sandwich. You're literally making me vomit.
Right. It's going to be swimming in mayo too. Yeah. Let me give you this money. It's $1,000 as promised. The last chance today for you to win. I hope you do. Good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard Bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Cash. That's cash. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
Listening on iHeartRadio, you can leave us messages. There's a little red talkback button for you.
I mean, like, statistically speaking, you are way safer flying in an airplane than driving in a car. You know? That's all I got to hear. We don't question all of the recalls that they do on new cars every single year for airbags, brakes. Nobody gives a hell. I get the airplane disaster can be much more disasterful, but whatever, dude. YOLO, die flying, die high, baby.
Disasterful's great.
Disasterful, nobody gives a hell. I love that guy. No, listen, you hear that a lot. They're like, you're safer flying an airplane. That's because there's a hell of a lot more
Room.
Room. No, it's because there's way fewer airplanes than cars. That's why statistically it's safer flying in an airplane. You think under any other circumstances you'd be safer at 36,000 feet than on the ground? There's like 13,000 airplanes in the air and 250 million cars. So, right, you're statistically safer in an airplane
that's what I meant
because there's
by-
fewer of them.
That's what I meant by room. There's more room in the sky.
Maybe because there's more room in the sky. I think when they use that statistic, I don't know what they mean. It's got to be because there's fewer airplanes than cars.
But there's also more regulations. And, I mean, how often do you hear about an airplane crash? Not very often. When you hear car crashes happen all the time because you don't have to go through the rigorous amount of training like a pilot does.
And there's more of them. There's more cars.
There's more of them, and there's more. It's easier to drive than, everybody's in their own car versus a trained pilot that has to follow certain rules.
I think one of my best friends, his dad was an air traffic controller for 40 years or whatever. And the pilot is taking off and landing.
Right.
The plane is pretty much, so if there's a midair collision, it's because of the air traffic controllers, not because of the pilot. I mean.
I know, Breaking Bad.
Meanwhile.
And there's more room.
And there's more room in the sky.
Meanwhile, I think everyone has a friend where we look at them like, how in the hell did you get your license? Like, how have you not gotten.
Oh, dude, there's this guy in front of me today when I was driving in. He was making me nuts.
On your way into work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was honking at him. He took forever.
What do you mean? He was going too slow, or what was he doing?
Driving safely.
Oh, it was Poundcake. Oh. No, I thought you legitimately were like behind somebody.
Every time I see a black car behind me, I immediately think it's the douchebag Bill. I was like, oh, that, like.
My car's not even black.
Yes,
color's
it
your
is.
car?
Gray.
Gray?
Yeah.
It looked black in my rear view.
I gotta be black.
Because it does.
Were you literally behind him?
Yeah, I was behind him on the way in. And so.
I didn't even see him until I got on the shoreway.
Yeah, like I was.
Oh, so you were he was driving like a snail.
I drive the speed limit.
I understand.
And then
but you also got to go with the flow of traffic.
No, I can go the speed limit. If everyone else is speeding, everyone else ain't going to get a ticket. You going to get a ticket.
But if you're going too slow, they'll pull you over too.
No, if I'm going the speed
That's why
limit.
it's such a sticky
else,
wicket.
Whatever.
I hit him with, as soon as the light changed when I was behind him, I just slammed on my horn.
Laying on the horn.
And then when we were getting into the garage, I rolled down my window and honked at him. I was like, hurry up!
Did either of you get a nod for your musical selection from the garage crew?
Nobody was out there today.
No. Nope.
All right.
He's so funny.
I thought he was
because I knew it actually bothered you.
Uh-huh. Are your hands at 10 and 2 when you're driving the speed limit?
He drives that way usually.
No, I don't. I have one arm, one hand on the steering wheel.
Oh, yeah? He just up in the middle like that?
And I lean just a little bit.
Lean back.
Lean back. Shoulder lean. That's what you're doing? You're leaning back?
Unless I have a song.
Do you recline your seat?
No, it's not really reclined.
I was just asking.
It's normal. No.
See people who like to drive like they're laying down. And I'm like, sit up.
That's very uncomfortable.
Pay attention.
No,
The more comfortable you are, the less alert you are.
Yeah,
I want people upright and alert in their cars.
But also that's cause for alarm too, because if they're too alert, then
alert in their car.
If they're up against like the steering wheel, like looking like they're anxious, that's gonna cause problems too. Because
I'm not saying alert.
I believe what this has been talked about before. White guys drive like this.
Black guys drive like this. Mm-hmm. No, alert and anxious are two different things. I'm alert. I'm not anxious. You see people like laying way back. I'm like, bro, they got that license plate hanging off. You see people, their cars all beat up. You're like, it's no surprise these people are going 90 through traffic. Like, they don't care. There's a reason the car's like destroyed because they don't care.
I said it today, man. People who speed down 117th, like, I don't even care if they call me a Karen or old lady for driving slow. Like, I am just hyper paranoid because I'm just like, I can't afford anything. I can't afford repairs on my car. So I just go the speed limit, not slow, but go to speed limit. And that's not good enough for some people. And they speed down 117th, and I'm like, bro.
And
not only are you
Clifton and Edgewater. There's people that come down Edgewater, and they are flying. I'm like, bro, you got to calm down.
Clifton and Edgewater at least are better maintained. I'm talking about 117.
Yeah, 117 it is a minefield.
Potholes.
Literally. Yeah. And they're not little potholes. They're not potholes like, it's a little bump. Like, you will get your cars.
They're rim wreckers.
Yeah, you will get your tire stuck. I mean, I had a pothole
craters
that I had to blow out. My very first blowout. It wasn't on the freeway. I was going like a residential street, 25 miles per hour, and it was enough to go boom. And it was like, I was like, oh my God. I literally just watched my tire pressure go down to like 7. I was like, my tire pressure's never been down. I was like, damn.
7 PSI in his tire.
It's literally been 7.
He bent a rim.
Like, it was awful. And with that construction, I know you can't really do much about that. At least they're fixing stuff. But these people, and I'm like, up. And their dodge skills are on point. So God bless you if you can do that. But I ain't going anything over 25 on 117. They be trying to get people killed. They be trying to get
the front of your
killed.
car goes all the way in, the back sticking out. And then, meanwhile, Poundcake's going the speed limit. Meanwhile, he's whipping around the corners here in the garage at work.
It was the
where
one
he can,
time.
Homie almost hit me. I'm like pulling out. You did too.
I did not.
You're one of those guys that flies through the garage like a maniac. Like there's no other cars. I'd rather, pat himself in the back for the speed limit.
You got me on a bad day.
I got you. How do I know that?
Get you on the best day.
I didn't know it was you. I wouldn't have.
You would have guessed it. You would have been like, welcome to the Poundcake Show.
If it had been anybody else, then the implication is that you would have flown around you would have taken your time, or what is it?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have been as
I
concerned.
didn't know it was you. You didn't know it was me until you got right up on me.
You mean if you don't hear...
You like waved, and I'm like, yeah, dude. That's why I'm crawling through this garage, because there's jagoffs coming around the corner.
If you don't hear that when you turn the corner...